Yo yo yo, welcome everybody to TCR, Trinity Competitive Racing, and we are here for round number 5 for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, here for the Silver Class, and as always, we are in season numero 15. This is the last race, I guess, before we have our off week next week, and then we return for Britain for the British Grand Prix for round number 6. We have 15 rounds in the season. We kind of have 5 and a break, 5, and then the All-Star race, 5, and then the season is over. We are live on both the YouTube and Twitch. I hope so, if everything is working smoothly. Send me some comments in the YouTube side of things. That's where I'll be looking for the most part today. And let me know if everything is sounding okay. Give me some comments. And of course, as always, we want you to watch on your preferred platform. We got YouTube, we got Twitch. Do your thing and give us some support. We're going to need it because it is only me. It's only Seafreeze here tonight, and I will be taking you through tonight's proceedings, but I will need your help because at some point my voice will go, and that's the stream. So we're going to need some help, and it's going to be... Oh, alright, so you guys can hear me as I check the YouTube. And you can pause the qualifying right there. The foundations, 1, 2. Alfa Romeo's a 1 and 2. Pause the session. Let's start the race. That'd be wonderful. We are reverting back to what we usually use in the broadcast. Just an FYI for those that might not know. Last week we experimented with some new graphics on stream. For the most part, visually they looked pretty well. Just the little issues with the program not working 100% to my liking. So I apologize for it being a little wonky last week, but I also appreciate all the support you guys have shown with us trying that out, and it seemed like for the most part everybody enjoyed the visual, but as long as it works, you know, then we would use it. So we're just going to need a little bit more time to fine-tune things. But that's alright. We're here tonight. An old school stream. We got 14 drivers here tonight for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. So, although we do have some empty seats, so I know we're only on round 5, but there's... You know, with the off week next week, and then we come back, you know, we're going to have about, well, we'll have 10 races left, so it's still plenty of time to get some good racing in if you're looking to join a league. This is the silver class. This is a mixed assist tier. This is your entry level tier. Maybe some drivers are new to league racing, maybe they have minimal experience. This is a good league and a good class to join. If you run racing line only or have any experience with league racing, that would be more the golden class. And then for those who are really competitive and also very lightning McQueen, you want to go for the platinum class. So that's Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, 8:45 p.m. Eastern, same time, same place, all throughout the week. Let's see who's on the lap here. We'll check on with Halberg, as he is definitely not on the lap, because that would be slow. We do have Ramen. That's a cool name. He made his debut last week. It didn't really work out too well for him, from my memory. Nice helmet, though. I like the orange. Has a little mohawk, too. That's cool. Good stuff there. He's on a cooldown, but he is P9. Speedy Gunner! Whoa. That's not how it works. Spun it in... I don't know. I gotta get a track map or something. Let's see what we got. Abu Dhabi... I'm gonna guess that's turn 9. Oh, what a G, I was right. It was turn 9. Oh, he spins it again! Now that one is we call the Latifi corner. We don't call that a number. Whoa! And that's the penultimate one. That's 15. And then the final corner is 16. So 16 for the thing here. So I'll go over the standings relatively. As let's go on board with El Capitan. See what he's got. Is he juicing? Oh yeah. As I try to get the standings here for you guys. It is a purple sector for El Capitan, so that's good signs for Haas. His boy won last week. That was JNB. Capitan, I believe, finished 4th last week. Let's see what his lap is. Is he coming through? So maybe a slight lift. Opts for 4th gear. And a nice, right where he was last week. P4 goes El Capitan. But it looks like Camden is gonna probably improve that provisional pole. He's got him marginally at the moment over J&B, but he does have a big gap in the Drivers' Championship. That's Camden Luca in the Drivers' Championship at 98 points to Carson, who has 75. J&B has 59. El Capitan with 50, and F1 Nerd with 33. And if you go one more, it's Broomhandle 1 point back in 6th. We got Capitan is out. He spun it. Oh, did he get the wall? Let's go on board with Halberg here. Let's see. Oh, there he is. Oh, yeah. So Toblerone, as best he could do, at least a 6th, unless he gets bumped down. And to be honest, I think he will, due to it only being 8. You got 8 minutes left, so you got the track evolution that's gonna start pumping in, and I could see him flirting around P9, 10, 11 area. Guys behind them are a few tenths behind. Looks like Camden came into the pit lane. I'm not sure if he invalidated or made a mistake, but he did not go and conclude that lap. He chose to come into the pit lane. Looks like Carson is 6 tenths up on his time. To the line, Carson goes second row of the grid, 24-4. And that is P3. As for the Silver Class Championship, it's Alfa Romeo, Camden Luca, and Chabar, 124 up out in front. The Haas team is J&B and El Capitan. They got 109. Then it is the AlphaTauris of Carson and the big Toblerone. That's 94 points. And there's a considerable drop-off because you have F1 Nerd and with the Red Bull team with 33 points, but he doesn't have a teammate, so he's only a one-man band there with Red Bull. And Ferrari, if you go one more, is 1 point back with 32 points. That's Broomhandle and Speedy Gunner. So hopefully that made sense. Is Chabar starting a lap, I would assume? Yes? Yes.
Hang on, he's right here.
Jabbar improves to P3, about 2/10 on his lap time. Next across the line is going to be Speedy Gunner if he is on a lap. Yes, he is. But he's going to dive into the pit lane and maybe miss it or hit it. Whew! You had to hold your breath on that one. Next one to cross the line, Halberg. No, that's a slow time. Is it? Maybe not. Let's see what Halberg's got. I don't know if he's on a lap time. It's kind of hard to tell in this game, to be honest. No, he's coming in. I feel like most time this season, I apologize everybody, I feel like I commentate more non-quali laps than I do quali laps. Because look, here's Capitan. He's starting a new one here. Or no, see, there's a timing glitch, because that put him... No, he's starting one now. Alright. CJ's in. Who's this? Camden's gotta be. He's starting in his outlap. So we got a bunch of outlaps here. A little bit early, too, because you got 3.5 minutes still left. Jabbar's in. And that is a Mercedes of Ramen. Didn't put a good time. Alright, so we'll, who's the other? We got Oreo. Outlap, see what I mean? This is insane. We'll start with Capitan and we'll go down the order. How about that? Ooh, purple middle sector. A tricky traction zone out of the Latifi corner. This should kind of be flat. He does lift it. Goes to third gear. To the line. It's going to put him above Jabbar and back on the second row of the grid. He's going to be P number 3. Camden, though, looks to be even quicker. Coming through the final corner. It should be another. He should be the first one into the 23s. And there it is. A 0.8. J and B. Can he deny? Nope, he's on. He's going to start his lap now. He's got plenty of time to deny Camden Luca. And you know what? He's got a good thing going for him. He's got the track evolution. Almost a minute and a half more than what Camden just did. It seems like Camden is shutted down. That's the best he's going to do in this session. We have a Red Bull starting his lap time. Speedy Gunner's invalidated, but I think that was his outlap. He should have another go at it. The only AlphaTauri left is also starting one. Same with checking. Oh, these guys are going to be bunched up. They had plenty of time to spread out there. Oreo did finish his lap. He's P6. I wonder if this is Aston Martin. Are they going to do a little slipstream? If they're going to do it, they got to do it on the other straightaway out of this hairpin here. And I think that's exactly what the Aston Martins are doing. No! And I don't know why he wouldn't. That was actually a perfect opportunity to give your teammate a little bit of slipstream. Maybe he didn't want to get beat by him. I don't know. If you look at the times, they're quite marginal as well. Formula Jonah should be finishing a flyer. This should be a good time here. Yeah, P6. Goes back P6. J and B. Can he deny Camden Luca of pole position? No, he cannot. Unless he did cross the line. I wonder if he still has enough juice to contend for pole. And Speedy Gunner once again. Yeah, this isn't going to be a good day for Speedy. I've seen him more in the wall than on the track, and you might interfere with CJ, who was just on a flyer. I don't think he got... Alright, he's good. To the line, CJ goes ahead of his teammate for P number 7. Halberg finished. Carson, what can Carson do? Nothing. He does nothing. Jabbar, can he get ahead of one of the Haas's to compete with the Alfa Romeo and the Haas? It could be a good day for both teams. He does not improve. And I think... Uh-oh. Let's hold our breath here. Can J and B... He'll need to get a few more tenths out of this few corners if he wants to grab pole position. But it looks like, regardless, he'll be starting in the front row. Coming through the final corner, he's running very low on the battery. It's going to be... Wow! A 0.8, a 23 as well. But he's going to be 400ths off of Camden Luca for pole position. He gave it a great effort. He really did. I don't know if he did a double hot lap or what. It seemed like he might have was on a lap and then went off it and maybe had enough fuel to go again. Or maybe that was his big flying lap. I'm not too sure. But just misses out for J&B. But it'll be the pole position specialist of last season, Camden Luca. He grabs a pole position here today. That's back-to-back. Remember, he had last week at China, but he didn't win the race. It was J&B who won the race. So, I think it's going to be close between the top two for the win. I will say that. In the meantime, drivers picking their setups, their fine-tuning, their strategies. And I just want to thank everybody for all the support on TCR tonight and this week and as of late. We're at 560 subscribers now, so that's pretty close. We're getting close to that 600. You always like to round it off at the whole numbers. As we are getting, towards the end of this game cycle, so I do realize, and I hear those who might be struggling with getting on the game and finding that motivation. Trust me, I even have that at some times. But the good thing is F1 is back. F1 races again this weekend in Australia. So that's always a good thing. Although I do see some fans maybe a little upset that it's more of a now Red Bull domination with Max up at the front. So it is what it is. We get what we get. And you don't get upset. I think someone said that at least once in their life. Anywho, we have the tire strategies, and it looks like the Alfa Romeos are opting for the medium tires, whereas the Haas boys are opting for the hard tires. You also have Jonah on the hard tires. That's kind of been his preferred tire to start on if you look throughout the season, at least from what I remember. I feel like he likes those harder tires to start the race. You got Toblerone, who wrecked out in qualifying P11, starting on the hards, and Speedy Gunner at the rear on those hard tires. This is the time for those podium predictions. Leave your comments and predictions down below for who you think will win the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix here in the silver class, and also your P2 and P3 predictions. This one I do expect to kind of go a little long. Maybe not initially. You might get a safety car early. I'm not hopeful at all with Speedy Gunner. I mean, he was in the wall the entire qualifying, so I do suspect him crashing out soon. I give him maybe 2 laps. Safety car is going to come out. I think it'd be too early for it to affect either strategy. And I think after that, due to us only having the 14, depends how much Speedy takes out. If that actually were to happen, you're going to be left with around 12 drivers, let's say. And I think it's going to be a pretty green race. So with that, I'm not too sure. It's kind of hard to bet against Camden. He did have that spin earlier on last week. But you know what? I'm going to go with J&B. And the reason I say this is he got his first win last week, and he showed me that he came back after a really tough week at Brazil, round 3. So I think he's going to grab the win. I think Camden Luca will still be on the podium. I think he'll be P2. And I got Chabar for P number 3. Let's see how wrong I am. As the lights are turning on now for the silver class here for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. The lights are out now. Let's do it here in Abu Dhabi. Camden gets a nice start. So, as always, Carson, with those flyer starts that he has, can't believe I didn't pick him to be up on the podium because he has great starts, and he's already up to P3. And he's challenging J&B. Does he go defensive? No, J&B lets him have the inside. Carson will be side by side with the Haas, and it's going to be a drag race all the way down. But it looks like Carson maybe got a little bit of slipstream, used a little bit more battery, will stick ahead for the moment unless J&B looks for a move. No, he does not. So it's going to be Camden followed by Carson followed by J&B. But J&B gets a nice exit, setting up for this next straightaway as we head down to turn number 9. He's going to try to go down the inside, and this early in the race I do not recommend. Do not recommend that at all. He's going to try around the outside though. Will he get his front wing? No, he gets cleared by Carson. And J&B is still eager to get past. Remember, it's not a 5-lap race, it's 29. Yeah, he's got his teammate still behind him. F1 Nerd will be P5. Toblerone is up from 11th to 6th. Jonah and Chabar. Chabar had a struggling lap on that opening one. He's down 4 positions at least. Speedy actually doing quite well, so I will give him one more lap before I take back what I said. He's up into 10th. Oh, he's off the track though. He's off the track. Oh, we got a spinner. Carson. Oh, we didn't see it, but you know what? I suspect he got a spin in turn number 3, trying to push the limit a little bit. CJ getting probably that wing replaced, maybe picking up damage on lap 1. But you got Camden Luca about a second and a half, the gap out in front. As Carson had trouble there. I wonder if he had any help by J&B. Did he get spun around by J&B? Will it be another penalty for J&B? Remember, he took out Toblerone, the other AlphaTauri, in Brazil. So I'm sorry I didn't catch that. F1 Nerd is showing the speed. He's on the medium tire, so he's going to be a little quicker than these 2 Haas guys. And he's got to get past them if he wants this strategy to work out in his favor. We're going to get DRS active this lap as Camden will be crossing the line shortly. There he is, a fastest lap as well, a 28.2. DRS is active. Got F1 Nerd for Capitan, and then you got a little bit of a train here, starting at Formula Jonah, who's on those harder tires. We'll first go with F1 Nerd. Let's see if he can get past the Haas, and you know what? I think he will. I think it'll be a relatively easy move as he goes down to turn number 6. Capitan doesn't let it go so easy. F1 Nerd squeezes him out. It'll be Red Bull out in front, but Capitan will get the DRS. And F1 Nerd will stay ahead for the time being. I think those mediums are in a little bit better of a state than those hard tires. Here's a move. Oreo around the outside of Chabar. He goes kind of off the track. It's going to be side by side through this undercarriage of the hotel, and Oreo will get his Aston Martin out in front. This is some good battling here. Oh, spin and a wreck. Speedy Gunner. Well, it was about 2 laps shy, but there goes Speedy Gunner. There also goes Oreo. A move on Formula Jonah. And Jonah doesn't have the DRS because he was actually ahead at the time of the activation point. But he will have it for the next straightaway. But he goes too far deep. This is going to leave him vulnerable for Chabar. This should be an easy move for Chabar. He's got the momentum off the corner. He's got the DRS now. And he will be ahead of Formula Jonah. And see if he can stick with Oreo and move forward into this race. You see the light blinking for Oreo, and that's not good news. 6% already on lap 4 of this race. It's not good to have that low on the battery. There's a nice aerial here at Abu Dhabi. This is the McLaren of Halberg. You see, you kind of have to lift through turn 3 depending on your setup, as well as the dirty air in front, and you're also your tire wear. You had to lift a little bit through turn 3. And for another time, Jonah does not have DRS. He's a little bit outside of that DRS window from the cars in front, which is Chabar and Oreo. Back up front, or closer to the front, Capitan's still sticking with F1 Nerd. He's still within the 1 second. The medium tires, they're going to do about anywhere from, I would say, you could pit you could really pit now and go to the hard to go to the end if you want. It's not ideal, but you could do it. Nothing's stopping you, but you probably want to go around anywhere from lap 8 to 14, maybe 8 on the one end, 14 on the higher end. And then you put those hards on and you'll go to the end of the race. Oh, it's Speedy Gunner. Yep, another spin for Speedy. Whatever's on that card setup-wise, it's not working for him today, unfortunately. I maybe expect a retirement in the pits. Hopefully not. Nope. And that's a good thing. He's continuing on. You just got to watch your tire temps. Once you spin, those will be very hot. Here's Halberg getting past Jonah. Nice DRS move. Checking. getting past Ramen. Going back out in front, it's Camden Luca. He's managing the gap well, and look at the battery he's got. He's got tons of battery. I would maybe use a little bit. J&B is about halfway point. And they're both on different strategies, so that's kind of crucial to kind of keep note of. Because J&B will be pretty close when on the other tire. We have a yellow flag. It's going to be Ramen for the time being. Carson running in at 10th after that spin. We still didn't see that spin that he had closer on at the beginning of the race, but he is in 10th position here. Closing heavily on Jonah, and Jonah's been a duck on the straight. He's been getting past every lap. And the AlphaTauri will get it now. Jonah, nice thinking. Trying to get that nice exit out of the corner because he does receive the DRS, but he's just a duck. Duck goose. Nope, it ain't. Oh, he's going around the outside. Oh, man. Oh, I don't think he's got the shot at it. But, oh, he may be inside. Nope. No, he doesn't. Oh, he goes deep. No, he doesn't. He's gaining the time. Nope, still behind. Somehow Chabar did get past Oreo, so Chabar is up into 6th now. He's closing in on the big Toblerone. Ooh, the first penalty of the day goes to CJ. A 3-second time penalty for corner cutting. Both of those two drivers getting really close to the driver in front, closing in on turn number 9. Although unfortunately getting to this next corner, it's kind of hard to make a move. So they just are forced to get stuck behind the other car's dirty air as they go through those new rounded banked corners. Not really banked, but smooth. Nice and smooth. They do have the DRS for this front stretch. They didn't always used to have it here. I wonder, I think they added it for this once they redid it. They got the DRS now, so there's 3 DRS activation points. Although on the mini-map, it doesn't actually show there's a green. I just noticed that. I'm sure they had DRS on the straight, didn't they? Unless I'm seeing things. Maybe they don't have to. Do they have DRS? That's the question of the day. Does Abu Dhabi have DRS on that on the main straightaway? I don't know. I can't confidently say. Oh, spin for Oreo! Oh man, he dunked too many times in the milk. And he's got a soggy spin. Yeah, and it broke apart. You know when you dip in that Oreo in, you gotta be careful. You don't want to keep it in there too long. You gotta remove it before it gets too soggy. And Oreo, ah man, he went for that spin there. That does give some breathing room for Chabar to focus out ahead, although that does create a little bit of a gap between Halberg and Chabar. But it also creates a little bit of a train, a three-car, I wouldn't say a train, a three-car battle. You got McLaren out in front, Carson, the AlphaTauri, and then the Ferrari out in back. It's all about the exit here. Carson gets a good one, and you see the light blinking. He's going to gain a little bit more extra speed. Is the AlphaTauri? Will he send it down the inside? I think he will. And Alberg's going to hold around the outside quite nicely, and he's going to keep it. Oh, switch underneath. Oh, he had to let off the throttle there. And to be honest, I think that's a smart move by Carson to play it safe. Because there's always next lap with the DRS. Carson will have another opportunity here. He's using the battery now. He wants to get out in front for the time being. He's using all of the battery. And he will be ahead of Halberg. I guess that would be turn 7 and 8. 2, 3, 6, 7. Well, no one answered me in the comments, but at least on the YouTube side of things, is there I gotta see if this DRS on the front stretch. Oh, here goes Camden. He is into the pit lane to switch off from these medium tires to go in the hard tire. He had good speed out in the first stint. The only thing I will disagree with heavily is the use of the battery. You don't want to not use any either, because you're wasting battery at that point, and you're also wasting lap time. So there's always a sweet spot with the and look where he's coming, right out on track, right into the battle with Halberg and Carson. Camden, he's gonna have the colder tires. He's going to be forced to use some battery here as he goes down. He does have DRS, but Halberg has it as well. He should get the position here, and yes, he does. Yeah, but what I was saying with the battery is, if you use a lot, and you're like Halberg right now, you're going to be under 10%. You're going to be your car gets into a slower engine mode basically, and oh, here, hold up. Will Camden try it? No, no. He lifted off as well, same as Carson. So those are good moves there to think better of it. Carson pits. And there's no DRS on the front stretch. I thought there was. Well, I don't know why there wouldn't be, but yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, but also, if you don't use any battery, that means you're not harvesting any as well. So you have to use to harvest, and if you do it right, there's a perfect balance. You can use an amount of battery and harvest the same amount, so each lap you're ending the same percentage. So let's say your number is 50%, you want to use up to 50 and try to harvest to 50, so you're staying at that nice even number. You don't want to use too much and you don't want to save too much, otherwise you're leaving lap time on the board in either direction. So the battery's huge in these cars because there's not much different in these cars. It's equal cars. The setups are really the only thing different, but to be honest, everybody runs about the same. You don't have to do anything with fuel mode like we used to, and you only have one battery mode. It's overtake, so it's crucial to get that right. Here comes Oreo. They just pitted onto the hard tires. He will have the inside. Will Halberg hold it around the outside? No. Aston Martin up a position. Camden Luca gets up to 4th after getting F1 Nerd in the pit lane. Let's see where F1. No, he'll be relatively clear. Got a comment here saying Shabar to finish P6 or better, plus 100. I do agree. I think he'll be finishing at least 6th place once this all filters out. Although his average on the season's been 7th. Me and him been joking about it. 7th seems to be his number, which we're trying to improve, but consistency is king. And consistency is key, but you want a higher consistency. It's like when you're making oatmeal, right? You want a nice consistency in there. You don't want it too much. If you use milk or water, you don't want too much in there because it gets too liquidy, and then you're drinking like soup. But you don't want to put not enough, because then it comes like slime, basically. It's just mush. It's like unpleasant. So you have to have a good consistency in there in order to have a nice bowl of oatmeal. So if you think about it like that, Jabbar, if you love your oatmeal, you want a nice consistency. The oatmeal is where it's at. You want a nice consistency, professional. That's all I'm here for. If you want to put a banana in there too, that's, you know, I'm not gonna tell anybody. You know what I mean? Camden Luca is now on the back of Toblerone, who is yet to pit. You saw the back end wiggling a little bit out of the corner. Camden will be eager to get past the AlphaTauri this time by. He has to. He does not want to get held up on this tire, and for his strategy, he has to get in front. And this should be a nice, easy move for him. Yes, it is. The only thing about making it there is you just have to make sure you can nail your exit. Although, with the tire difference in grip, you could already see he's down the road. So, good stuff from Camden. He's up to P3. Here's Halberg down the inside. Both giving the room. You always got to leave the space. And here comes Carson. He's going to capitalize. He's going to grab a 2-for-1 special. He heard we were selling oatmeal. He's going to get the lunch special. 2-for-1. Carson up to P8. Good move there from the AlphaTauri. We have a Haas pitted. That's Capitan. Let's see where he circles back. See where he pits out on. Chabar found his consistency. He's up to 6 as Jonah pits. And he is on the back of F1 Nerd, which would be another position here. I would expect J and B to be coming into the pit lane, if not this time, next time by. Because he's got to work on that gap. For the time being, these drivers all in line. Too far there for Chabar, and there he is, J and B. This will be interesting. I think for sure Camden will be out in front, but what is that gap going to be looking like? Does Toblerone? Yes, he does as well. Toblerone's carrying that penalty. Hopefully he doesn't get another one. He slows it down just in time. A-OK. J and B is now out onto track, and they love showing this undercarriage here at Abu Dhabi. Every time they come here, they love showing it. The gap's going to be around 9 seconds. And remember, we had this similar situation at Brazil between Camden and J&B. It was actually reversed. It was J&B actually leading more laps. No, it wasn't. He would have been the attacker. J&B likes to attack. So, we'll see if... I think that's how it was. I can't remember who was attacking who at Brazil, but it's going to be... Oh, but he's got a penalty! Oh, I didn't realize. Oh, no. 3 seconds. So that's going to be... about 12 seconds. With around 11 laps to go, he's going to need at least a second lap to catch him, but then also pass Camden and get that 3-second gap. Assuming Camden has no more penalties in this race and does not receive any. And that's also assuming J&B is to be penalty-free himself till the end of the race. If I would have to guess, this race is looking more in favorable of Camden Luca as we stand, although there's a lot more laps still left to play here. We're only on 19 of 29. Yellow flag. This is going to be Rahman off the track. Went maybe for a little bit of spin. He'll have his teammate pressuring him from behind. Carson broke the DRS off of Halberg. Now it's going to be Halberg, Oriole, and Formula Jonah. Here comes Jonah. He's got more battery, and this could be a 2-for-1 special, but he's not using any more battery. Will he be able to hold it around the outside? He's gonna try it. He's gonna try it. He's still trying. He'll have the inside. They'll go side by side, but again, the inside car lifts. It's almost the third time we've seen that here today. It's a little bit sketchy when you're on the inside. You're very vulnerable. And if we did have DRS, which we don't, which I finally found out, it would have been a nice opportunity for Jonah. But he'll have to wait for the backstretch. Another close gaps here. Toblerone, he came out, he just pitted, he's on the medium tire. This should be a nice easy move for Toblerone on Chabar. I mean for Toblerone on Chabar, yeah, that's what I said. He'll force Chabar kind of deep, which gives him a poor exit. It promotes Toblerone with a nice exit. Toblerone could still be on for a P4 here, but he does have that penalty to deal with. Down here, a nice battle for 8th position. Jonah gets the 2 for 1. Oreo around the outside, he'll do it on Halberg. It's going to be close on the exit, and he gets it. Oreo gets it. He's recovering from that spin that he had earlier on in the race. Although he's in the same position. The only thing that changed is Jonah and Halberg swapped. Oreo's been in the middle. He's like the Oreo, the cream, the white cream in the middle. Toblerone will be setting up a nice move here on F1 Nerd now. Down the inside goes Toblerone. He'll try to do the same thing, although F1 Nerd squeezes him more on the apex and allows to get through the corner. The only issue is Toblerone will have the DRS. He'll go around the outside, almost making contact. And it'll be Toblerone up to P4. The question is, will Toblerone be able to pull a gap on F1 Nerd and or Chabar, who is still within contention? Let's see. It is a 3-second time penalty. Speedy Gunner, I think he spun off the final corner, letting the that would be Capitan. He'll go through. Oh, Formula Jonah spun it as well. Man, the Ferraris, what just happened? They might have had an electrical problem. So that takes Jonah out of that nice battle that he was having. Now there's only 2 to tango. It only takes 2 to tango, though. It only takes 2 to tango. If you like to dance, you can dance with 2 people. You could, if you really love dancing. Oh! Speedy might have went... Oh, he went crazy on the floor. Too many Cotton Eye Joes, and he's around. We got a safety car, and woo! Does this put some hot sugar spice and everything nice? I think Blinn Machine said that once before. I don't know where, but I'm gonna copy paste it. Blinn, Camden Luca goes into the pit lane. He'll get some soft tires, and he will be right behind J and B, assuming there's no lapped cars in between. And as I say, if there are, I want all of the lapped cars to get past. But unfortunately, in this game, they don't let any lapped cars through. They have to fix that. They have to fix that in this game. if you're a lapped car, you should be able to pass through us with the safety car. Sometimes it lets you, sometimes it doesn't. It's very wonky. But honestly, by the time we get going, I don't know. What do you guys think? What lap number are we going to be on? At the end of 25, going on 26? You have 26, 27, 28, 29, so you'll get the DRS for sure. But look at the field. We got some field spread happening. Look at the field spread. So this could be a few laps. It'll give me a chance to catch my breath and get some water. Toblerone's deciding to put on some soft tires. Initially he didn't go, but now, oh, not soft tire, medium tires. I wonder if he went for a different allocation, or he didn't have any. He'll be behind his teammate with a penalty. Now I will say, going up at the front, those are the penalties. Everybody with the penalty has 3 for the time being. J&B's got that penalty, so it's going to be. He's not going to win the race. But this puts Camden in a little bit at ease, because he's in between the 2 Haas's, and you know what? It does matter. This is kind of like, I don't know, if you think of it like when Bottas was at Mercedes with Hamilton, he wasn't up there as much to fend off the Red Bulls, and what would it have been, 2021. So you need sometimes both teammates up there at the front to manipulate the race as best you can. And this is a perfect situation to, if J&B can't win this race, J&B can be that blocker as much as he could be, and it would be allowing Capitan to put some pressure on Camden, put him in a position where he might make a mistake, therefore allowing the Haas team to possibly get a win here. Although Camden's help is just back in 5th, so if he gets a nice start, gets past F1 Nerd, he could put some pressure. And honestly, with J&B on those mediums and the penalty, as long as no one spins, I think you could see Camden, Capitan on the podium, and you might see a battle for P3. It could be between F1 Nerd, it could be through Chabar, but you also have these guys on the mediums. Like Carson's a pretty quick driver, even to be on mediums. That'll be a good tire for him. I would say he is even in contention for a podium here if you could get past Chabar and F1 Nerd, and J&B has that penalty. So it's all about that launch. And you don't get the DRS for another 3 laps, you know, 2. So if Camden does want to get past J&B, because J&B, you know he's going to defend it, he'll have to do it the old school way. This is going to be fun. You got Haas from Alfa Romeo, Haas, Red Bull, and Alfa Romeo, and then the 2 Alpha Tauris. So 3 of the top teams are in the top 7. So 6 drivers. And then you add F1 Nerd there. If we could just get him a teammate, that'd be a nice constructor battle between the 4 teams. Safety cars in this lap. It's going to be all up to J&B to decide when he wants to get this race back going. We have penalties from behind. And J&B is a go, go, go. We are back green here in Abu Dhabi. You got 4 laps left. Who's going to win it? Carson's already passed Chabar. Carson's looking on F1 Nerd. He's going to slip in from the slipstream up and behind. Camden is gaining all the time. He has a little bit of a cushion out in front, so maybe he'll wait for turn number 9. Oh, he gets tagged a little bit by the Haas. Luckily, not spinned. He doesn't spin, but that's contact. That could have been a nice, easy spin. So J&B now a 2.5 seconds. I don't think he'll be able to hold the gap, but you'd always like to do it out on track, because you never know what those penalties are for if they get removed. I was actually in this scenario last season, winning the race in P2 with the P1 having the penalty, although the penalty being removed. Therefore, the win is bye-bye. Toblerone spun it. He'll be up in the rear in P number 13. CJ's up to 6th. The Aston Martins are coming in. Tires should be warmed up now. You saw F1 Nerd maybe weaving a little bit in the background just to warm those tires up just a little bit more. All single file. We're going to receive the DRS here. This could make things interesting. As we get to that backstretch, you're going to want to, and the gaps have been around the 9-10, so if you see your opponent, your other competition around that 9/10, you want to use a little bit of battery to get them outside of the DRS, because you'll be getting to the DRS right about now, and Capitan was still right in it, so he'll get it from up behind. Camden will be around 6/10. He's using the battery, he's using it. He's going to use it now to gain on this straightaway. Then it's all about the next exit and what he could do up to turn 9. He gets very close to the back of the Haas, but he has to get that exit perfect, and it was okay. And now he's got the slipstream and all the battery. He's going to use it, and he's going to use it and use it. He's going to go down the inside. I think he's going to try it. J&B squeezes him on the apex, and he still gets ahead. Whoa, that was close. I told you, J&B's not going to let you buy easily. And you never know with the penalties if they could get removed. You never know how they could, they might have gotten it. But Camden will have one more lap to try to take this win outright on track to solidify his faith. He doesn't really have much pressure from behind, although Capitan is still within distance. I think that's Formula Jonah who had spun up in the back. But it doesn't matter, because this is the battle here for the win. J&B is going to go to the defensive. Camden will go around the outside. He'll have the inside for the next one. And it's all about the exit. Who had the DRS? It's still Camden. No battery left whatsoever for both drivers. You know he's going to take the inside. Camden around the outside. He doesn't cover it off yet. He'll try the inside. Will he? Oh, another, once again, fourth time today, the inside car will lift it. Can Capitan steal a win here? There's a few more corners left. It doesn't look like Camden will be able to take it out on track. It's going to be J&B. Will cross the line first. And it'll be Camden Luca unofficially winning the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, taking his fourth win in the season and extending his championship lead over the competition. That demotes J&B to P4 as Chabar finishes in P5. So there you have it. And not only did Camden Luca get the win, and I always preface this once again, it's unofficially the win up until we see those, I guess to see if J&B's penalty is able to get removed. But Camden will get the win in, also the fastest lap, and he had pole position. So if this stands, this will be, what do they call it? A hat trick. Is that what they call it? That's what I'm going to call it. A hat trick. I think it is a hat trick. He's got the top pot. Oh my god, I can't even speak. I'm sorry, guys. Oh, those are the results. We're going to have the interviews. You know the deal. We do this every week. The top hat. Oh my gosh, I couldn't say it. It's called the top hat, not the tap hat, not the tap pot. If anyone has any post-race interview questions, leave them in the comments on the YouTube side of things. I will ask. And I'm going to find the showroom here. And we'll wait for our drivers to join. It was a nice, thrilling race. A good ending. Some good battling throughout. Not many wrecks between the drivers. And this is the 5th race here in the Silver class this season, and we haven't had any major stuff. Just very clean, racing here in silver. Obviously, you have your little your little ding dings, but other than that, it's pretty nice here. I will see if the other two are joining. I wonder if they're able to join. I don't think they were, so let me change their permission. F1. Alright, so Capitan should be good, and then we also have F1 Nerd. There we go. It's working. There we go. There we go. Awesome. Oh, cool. Good. Alright, so we will start with P number 3. I believe that was F1 Nerd. Is that correct in the Red Bull?
Yep. Hey,
Yes.
C-Freeze.
What's going on? Nice podium there. You were able to get it just because J&B had that penalty. Otherwise, you'd be slotting in P4, but overall, solid race from you.
Yeah, it was a pretty intense finish, I'd say. Nice to keep it on track and not spin this time and get that P3. But yeah, I had that spin in the middle of the race, which just ruled me out of fighting with El Capitan for a podium chance. But P4 was looking like the move until that safety car. But great race.
Any battles that stuck out? It seems like you had some nice ones with Toblerone was passing you, but he had that penalty, and I believe you had some good battles with maybe I think it was Chabar.
Yeah, there was one almost with Chabar because after I spun, he came close to me. But then I had a couple of nice battles with El Capitan, and then big Toblerone as well. And towards the end, I thought for a second that Carson was gonna get me just because his mediums probably had better wear than my softs at the end. But yeah, pretty good battles and good race.
Awesome. With the safety car at the end, was it 100% definite you'd be coming in for the soft tires? Was there any thought to stay out, to try something different? What was the game plan there?
To be honest, I just thought like the safety car would be out for like until lap 26 was the expectation, 25. So I was just like, might as well go with the softs because I saw Camden, Luca, and JMB, everyone going to the softs. So I was like, might as well go on it. Mediums, I probably would not have had the pace to keep up with them. That's why. So I was like, might as well go with the softs.
Awesome. Well, was this your first podium of the year? No. Yeah?
No.
Oh,
yeah.
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 See, I don't know, and you didn't almost know either.
Yeah. But hopefully there's more, but I don't expect there to be unless there's like another safety car. But yeah.
Gotcha. Well, cool. Well, next week we're off for you, so enjoy it, and we'll be back for British Grand Prix.
Great talk.
Yes, sir. And we'll move on to the Hasselville Capitan. I like talking to you with the Capitan. I see like you're always on the podium. It's pretty cool. We have these weekly conversations. So yeah, P2 for you. You're very close at the end there with Camden. There was one point you touched the back of him. You almost spun him out, but there was respect there to not fully do it. take us through that little bit of contact and your thought process towards the end of that race.
Yeah, hey, Freeze. I'm getting to enjoy our talks as well. Yeah, I totally outbroke myself just a little bit. I had no intentions of fully sending it on Camden right there. I was obviously going to push to, let him know that I was in his mirrors, since I was trying to, battle with him a little bit to give my teammates some space ahead. Sure didn't mean to touch him. As soon as I knew I was coming a bit too close, I really hit the hooks and locked up a bit and tried to definitely not overtake him in that manner. Really, really sorry to kind of dink his back tire there. But, overall, it was a great race. My pace was pretty on point today. I was happy with my strategy. I know F1 Nerd said that he had a slight spin, but when I came out on those mediums, I think I had like a 6-second gap to him, and I really just honestly stayed with him in that first stint and just kind of ate his DRS up to stay with him and try to stay quick in that first stint. But great race today.
Now, do you know what penalty J&B has got? Do you know? It seemed like a 3-second time penalty from just corner cutting. Was that from the pit entrance, or was that
the third warning he took was from the pit entrance? And he was shocked when it happened. So I believe that will be at least going to stewards for review. I know we had 2 other warnings besides that, so that would have been his third with the penalty. So obviously we're hoping that gets removed for the team and him, but it'll go to the stewards for sure.
Oh man, so this could change some things. And you know what? I was in the same position last year, not the one with the penalty, the one in second who got promoted, and the stewards, very similar situation. They did actually reverse it. So if it's the exact same thing and they had the 2 warnings plus then the warning on pit entrance,
right,
it seems like it will get removed just based off of what happened just a few months ago. So that would mean you'd be P3, J&B would get the win, Camden would be P2, and F1 Nerd, you might have to wait a couple more races to get that podium. But so that could change things up. We'll see about that. For those watching, if you're not in the Discord already, you can join. That's where we're the most active in TCR. You get a little bit of intel as far as points and steward incidents, so you're able to view all that and kind of see the decisions. This way, on stream, you might see one person win, but if you go to the Discord and look at the points, or look at the decisions, you'd get what the true results are. Last thing with you, Capitan, did you think you could get past Camden to maybe look for the win? Although now it seems like it wouldn't have been for the win. Did you try to? You think you could have got past him at any point there?
So I didn't get a great restart. I was hoping to get a much better restart, but Camden was on it, and his restart was really quick. So I was kind of dragging behind him, and then I did try to push down the back straight there. Again, didn't fully intend to try to make an overtake, but at the end there, they were battling, and anything could have happened. So, I mean, I was just trying to hit apexes, run my line, and fend off F1 Nerd behind me, all in the same time. So it was a pretty crazy end of the race, really.
Awesome. Well, good result nonetheless. Good team result for Haas. We are off next week. We'll see you for the British Grand Prix, and enjoy the off week.
All right, brother. You too. Thank you.
Awesome. All right, we'll go to the unofficial winner of Camden Luca for the time being, but don't celebrate too quick because we do have some inquiries to go through. Nonetheless, still good finish if it would be P2, but talk us through your emotions right now of this questionable decision here.
Yeah, man. I really don't know what to say right now. We have to remember why we were even in this scenario, because nothing against Speedy, but when you're 42 seconds behind, the second to last place guy, and you crash out on your own with 7 laps to go to cause a safety car, like I don't know, man. That's 2 weeks in a row he's done that, and I was pulling away, was going to win the race pretty easily. I had a huge gap on J&B, and I don't think he would have had enough time to catch me. I mean, this is exactly what happened in this race last season, actually. And then because I used up all my softs in qualifying, I ended up putting on used softs, and they were pretty used. They were about 12%, I would say, when I put them on. So I wasn't truly on soft tires at the end there. And yeah, J&B, I mean, he raced me hard. I'm focused on the big picture. You know, I could have pushed it a little bit harder, but there was a couple of points where we almost made contact, and I just was not going to go for it all and lose everything. So, yeah, you know, I know, Capitan, you're a good racer, but that was kind of a bad move into the hairpin there. You were kind of like 4 car lengths back, and then you, on corner entry, when you started to turn into the corner, that's when you gassed it up. And I get it, you know, you're helping out your teammate, you're doing what you got to do, but, you know, I'll review it. I'll see if it needs to be sent to the stewards, because that was what really fucked me over. You know, obviously the safety car screwed me, but that was kind of the nail in the coffin. At that point, I had to chase J&B back and use all my battery in the process. So it just wasn't meant to be. But like I said, you know, after the close racing, it's good to just be on the podium and just live another day. You know, you got to focus on the big picture at the end of the season, and if it means not winning the race, then so be it.
All right, so there you have it. Some strong words from the championship leader, and a good way to go into a break to let some time to come back even stronger for everybody. But nonetheless, I think that's gonna do it here for this one here in Abu Dhabi. And yeah, it was a fun stream. Hope everyone enjoyed. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Appreciate all the support. Don't forget to check the description for more information. Like the video, share it out. Let's try to get these subscribers up. We're getting close to the whole number, as I talked about in the beginning of the stream. We got the golden class tomorrow, the platinum class on Thursday, same time, same place. We're off next week. We come back in a fortnight's time. That's British for you. For the British Grand Prix, and that'll be round number 6. And until then, it was my pleasure, Seafreeze, here tonight, and we'll see you tomorrow and in 2 weeks. And until then,